Hello gems, my name is Bushnell. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you stay long enough to subscribe, and if you're already part of the tribe, welcome back. Hey girls, so today we're talking about Elaioh. And basically this is the story of the parable of the 10 virgins. And we're finding this in Matthew 25, 1 to 13. So grab something to drink, grab something to write with, and let's talk about this. So as I was studying and going through and preparing for this, I found 4 key points that I thought I'd share with you ladies. And without much ado, let's get right into it. The first thing that I saw, and it just popped up, like if you were using the amplified version of the Bible, it's a word that they use. That these women, there are 10 virgins, and so they're divided into 5. They're the 5 smart ones, and then they're the 5 not smart ones. And so the 5 who are smart and who we're just learning from and want to become is, the Bible says they were farsighted, they were practical, and they were sensible. So my first point is be farsighted. And this is something that I love, and I also noticed it in the movie House of Gucci when Patricia Gucci, her end goal was to marry Maurizio Gucci, but she planned it all so well, from how she'd plan how they coincidentally, in quotes, meet in the library, and she'd make advancements to Maurizio Gucci so that he didn't really know how Patricia was playing it, so that they can end up getting married. But that was the end goal for Patricia, to be part of the Gucci dynasty. So she was farsighted and ended up getting her goal. Back to this story is, how were these 5 wise virgin women farsighted? Is they carried extra oil. They didn't know what will happen. Things can happen in the future. They thought, hey, we might need extra oil, and maybe we might not need it, but I just want to have that backup plan there. That's very interesting, because just a question, do you even have an emergency fund? Think about that. So prepare yourself financially and mentally for things to come. And one way that I just love to prepare myself is by spending time with God. That's one way I will prepare myself, because in this book, in this word, the Bible, there's nothing new under the sun, and you will be fully prepared for things if just by spending time with God, because God comforts you, He strengthens you. In your weakness, He is your strength. And that's really one way of being prepared for things to come, because guys, life is up and down. We are going to face so many challenges. We all know the quote, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So there's no wrong being prepared, and that's what insurance is for. This is one place this is one industry that actually makes bank, because they are farsighted. My next point is the friends you keep. I know I have talked about this often, but it is that important. So the 5 girls had oil, and they were friends. Are you surrounded with people who, when you're with them, you're doing something good, you're doing something amazing, you're achieving things? Are you surrounded with such people? Surround yourself with people who push and motivate you. That's what I can see with the 5 girls. You know what I always say, the 9 plus 1. 9 poor people plus 1 rich person is equals to 10 poor people. And the quote, you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So who are you surrounding yourself with? I was listening to a podcast by Jay Shetty on purpose, and he gave some list of people we need to have as friends. He said we need a cheerleader, someone who checks you, someone who cares for you, someone with high character, a coach, someone you support, someone who challenges you, and someone who is consistent. And he also finished it by saying that we also need to be that type of person with those people that we consider friends. The next point is law number 10 in the 48 laws of power. If you've not read this book yet, I highly recommend it. It is by Robert Greene. And the law number 10 is infection. Avoid unhappy and unlucky people. The 5 virgins law, like, as we'll stick together, and that's how they ended up, at the end they ended up meeting the bridegroom. But let me tell you, I was watching Young, Famous and African, and Kanye said something, I think at episode 6 or 7, and she said, vibes don't lie. And vibes are contagious, guys. They are. If you surround yourself with people who always just, having backlash and all that, soon enough you'll get it. And something I also get with this point is, if you've watched Wolf of Wall Street, you'll see how the character Leonardo DiCaprio plays. Once he starts making money, he lets go of all his old friends, including his wife, because they don't understand and the type of mentality and level he's moving to. He doesn't want to be dragged down. He starts making friends who are on the caliber that he wants to be at. He starts surrounding himself with such people with the same goal as him. My last point is priorities. The greatest commandment is love God and love your neighbor as you love yourself. And that should be our first priority. God has given us our first priority. Love Him, love yourself, then love others. You cannot love others if you do not love yourself. You can't. You cannot care for others if you do not care for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that should be our first priority. Loving God, loving you, then loving others. Can you just have this moment to take a look at your priorities? What's first about you? Is it work? Because there's some people who have been engrossed in the hustle culture. And also on this point of priorities, be disciplined and set boundaries. If you have priorities, if you say you'll wake up and work out, you wake up and work out. That's being disciplined. And you won't let just people, pull you to different directions or treat you anyhow, because you've also set boundaries, and that's another way of having priorities. And ladies, that is it for today. Those are my 4 points. I hope they blessed you and ministered to you. Let me know in the comments who you'd love me to talk about and which of these points resonated with you. For now, have a lovely rest of your day, week, afternoon, night, from whatever time you're listening from. Love you.